Alright, so let's talk about the Good Sleep Day event. This is an event that happens every month during the time of the full moon. It's a 3-day event, so before the full moon, during the full moon, and the day after the full moon. And this is a great event because helper Pokemon get bonus EXP. So if there are Pokemon that you're looking to raise, it's a really great opportunity for you to put those Pokemon on your overnight team so that they can take advantage of the EXP gains that they'll get. The other really great thing about Good Sleep Day event is that you have a multiplier for your Drowsy power. And remember, the higher the Drowsy power, the rarer the Pokemon, the more Dream Shards you get, the more Research EXP you get. Higher rarity means more candies as well. So on day 1 and 3 of the event, the Snorlax Drowsy power is multiplied by 1.5. Pokemon gain 2 times EXP from sleeping. And you, the player, will receive 500 more sleep points during those nights. And this is only for the first session track. Regardless of if you get like 50% sleep score or 100, it's a fixed 500 sleep points that you get for your first sleep session track. So if you decide to do a second sleep of that day, you're not going to get extra sleep points. The multiplier for the Drowsy power on the actual day of the full moon is different depending on what day of the week it lands on. So for Monday, you get a 4 times multiplier to your Drowsy power. Tuesday is a 3 times multiplier. Wednesday is a 2.5 times multiplier. And every other day is just a 2 times multiplier. And if you're wondering why is it more on Monday, well, Monday is the start of the week, which means that your Snorlax strength is pretty low. And because it's pretty low, your Drowsy power will be pretty low as well. So just to balance it out a little bit, Mondays get a 4 times multiplier. Also on the night of the full moon, your Pokemon get 3 times the amount of EXP. So it's a really great day to sleep with Pokemon that you want to level up. Compared to day 1 and day 3, that is only a 2 times multiplier. On the day of the full moon, after you're done sleeping, you get 1,000 sleep points from that sleep session. And this is only for the first sleep session. So in total, every month, because of the Good Sleep Day event, you get 2,000 sleep points. Because there are certain items in the shop that you want to save up for, like the Master Biscuit, the Poke Biscuit, and the main skill seed. Every month I try to purchase all 30 Poke Biscuits that are in stock. There may be some months that I miss just because sometimes the game gives out a lot of Poke Biscuits or I get pretty lucky during the daily gift. And in those instances, if I do have a lot of Poke Biscuits laying around in my inventory, I might want to go for a Master Biscuit. But if I have several Master Biscuits laying around, then I will get the main skill seed. Although the most valuable thing of the 3 would be the main skill seed, especially if you're a free-to-play player like me. During the Good Sleep Day event, Cleffa, Clefairy, and Clefable also have a higher chance of appearing on your campsite, and your Snorlax glows like the moon, which is quite cute. The music is also a little bit different. It's so cute and twinkly as well. So give it a listen. Good Sleep Day event bonuses do not stack with other events that have similar effects. So when that happens, like what happened for the Cresselia vs Darkrai event, where when you slept with your Cresselia overnight, you get a 1.2 times multiplier to your Drowsy power for that sleep session. And it so happened that Good Sleep Day event ended up happening during the event as well. But day 1 and day 2 is a 1.5 times multiplier, and because it's a higher multiplier, the game chose that instead of 1.2. Event bonuses do not apply during the tutorial mode, so if it's a Good Sleep Day event while you're doing tutorial mode, unfortunately that will not apply to your session. And the next topic that we will be talking about is incenses. So incenses are items that can be used while you're asleep, and to use an incense you just go over here next to your camp set. There's a little log stump that you can place your incense, and you can place 2 at a time. Do note though, you cannot put 2 Poke Incense at a time, but you can use 2 regular incenses at the same time. You can't use 2 of the same. So for example, I can't do 2 recovery incenses. The game won't allow me to do that. And you also can't do 2 friend incenses. So let's see if I try to do this. It will not allow me to do so. So these are the incenses that I have collected. But you may notice that in your bag you have different incenses that the game gave you during your early game. So let's go over the different type of incenses that you can use. Focus Incense doubles the sleep research EXP that you get after a good night's sleep. Friend Incense ensures that at least one Pokemon shows up hungry. The Growth Incense doubles the EXP that your helper Pokemon gain after sleep research. The Luck Incense doubles the amount of Dream Shards you get after sleep research. And the Recovery Incense doubles the energy that helper Pokemon receive after sleep research. So when should you use them? What's the best way to go about using these? So let's take a look at Recovery Incense first. Let's say your Pokemon are pretty low energy, you want to take a nap with it. It might be a good idea for you to use a Recovery Incense because it'll double the amount of energy that your Pokemon regenerate after that nap. If you know that you're going to get a good sleep score of 100 for your long sleep session, it will make no sense for you to use a Recovery Incense. You cannot double the amount of energy that you get from a sleep session if your sleep score is 100. Energy gained from sleep and nap cannot exceed 100. The Subskill Energy Recovery bonus actually got a recent rework, which means that Pokemon with this subskill will now get their energy up to 105 after a full night's rest instead of 100. And this only applies to the Pokemon that has this subskill. The current cap is at 100, so unless your Pokemon has this subskill, they will only get up to 100 energy recovered from their sleep. But there is one case where you might want to do so. Recovery instances are something that are given pretty easily through the game, just from like the stamp cards and stuff as well. And sometimes you may notice that there are events in the game, and then there are event missions. And one of the event missions may be to use 7 instances during the week in order to get that event mission done. So if you don't have any other instances, you don't have any Pokemon instances, but you have a lot of recovery instances laying around, use the recovery incense to meet that weekly mission objective. That's actually what I do in order to make sure that I use 7, because a lot of times there aren't any other instances for me to use, or I don't have a Pokemon incense that I want to or need to use. So I just use a recovery incense because there's just so much that the game gives you. Friend Incense, a really great time to use them is for the legendary events. There's a chance that your legendary Pokemon can show up hungry, and then you get the most out of their legendary biscuits. So instead of 6 points, it'll be 18 points, which is quite the huge boost because you need 30 friendship points in order to capture a legendary Pokemon. Another great use for this is if you're purposely trying to farm for a certain Pokemon, especially Pokemon that don't evolve. So for example, a Ditto, which requires 20 friendship points. If I had a Ditto Incense and I used it with a Friend Incense, I have a chance of having a hungry Ditto show up, and it just further increases my chance at filling up the bar quicker in order to catch it. If you really want to big brain strategy this, use it on a Monday along with another Pokemon Incense, because your Monday Drowsy power is at its lowest, which means the spawn pool will be smaller, and that just means a higher chance at rolling a hungry on a Pokemon that you actually are looking for. So the last 3 instances are the Focus Incense, the Growth Incense, and the Luck Incense. I'm going to split this portion into 2. I'm going to talk about Sunday, and then I'm going to talk about Good Sleep Day event. So for Sunday, if it's not Good Sleep Day, the 2 instances that you will benefit from the most is the Focus Incense and the Luck Incense. Remember that Sundays are the days that your Snorlax will be at its peak strength, which means that the drowsy power for your Sunday sleep session will be the highest it will be, and drowsy power is calculated by Snorlax's strength multiplied by the sleep score that you get for your sleep. So Sunday sleep sessions will allow you to encounter Pokemon that are more evolved, as well as sleep styles that are more rare, like 3-star and 4-star. And higher evolved Pokemon or rarer sleep styles will give you more Dream Shards and more Research EXP, which means it's a great time to utilize a Focus Incense to take advantage of doubling the amount of Research EXP you get, and a Luck Incense to double the amount of Dream Shards that you get for that sleep session. Now let's go one step further. We know that the game has legendary events, and these legendary Pokemon give out a bunch of Dream Shards and Research EXP, especially at the 3-star sleep style. So if you know that on a Sunday you're going to be encountering a legendary on top of the rarer spawn pool of Pokemon, then using a luck incense and a focus incense would make a lot of sense to use on a Sunday night of a legendary event. So either a luck incense with a legendary incense, or a focus incense with a legendary incense. Between the two, if you want to maximize dream shards and you are not yet max research rank, you should use the luck incense. Pokémon typically drop more dream shards than they do research EXP, but if you don't have a luck incense and you're max research rank, it's okay to use a focus incense as well, because that extra research EXP will be converted 1-to-1 into dream shards. If you're not max research rank, this is a great way to get there quicker because of the boost in the research EXP that you get. Alright, so let's switch gears and talk about the Good Sleep Day event. So remember that for the Good Sleep Day event, you get a multiplier for helper Pokemon gaining EXP, as well as your drowsy power. So the best incenses to use on a Good Sleep Day event, especially on the night of the full moon, is the Focus Incense, the Growth Incense, and the Luck Incense. Remember that the Growth Incense doubles the amount of EXP that your helper Pokemon get from that sleep session. And this stacks, and it actually says so right here on the page as well. If you use this incense during the Good Sleep Day event, the effects of the incense and the effects of the event will stack, and your Pokemon will receive 4 times the usual amount of EXP, or 6 times the usual amount on the night of the full moon. The Focus Incense and the Luck Incense are for the reasons I explained for Sunday. So to summarize, on Sundays, use a Luck Incense and a Focus Incense. And on the Good Sleep Day event, you can use your Luck Incense, your Growth Incense, and your Focus Incense depending on what it is that you're looking for. Now, if you're max research level like me, and you happen to have a Focus Incense laying around, it's still a good idea to use it on a Sunday or a Good Sleep Day event because any extra research EXP you get is a 1-to-1 conversion to Dream Shards. So you can collect quite a bit of Dream Shards on those days as well. So now you're probably wondering, if I hit the level cap, and I know I'm getting extra Dream Shards, should I slap a Luck Incense as well? Will they stack? As of right now, no, the Focus and Luck Incense do not stack for increased Dream Shards in Pokemon Sleep. The Luck Incense will discriminate and only choose to double the amount of Dream Shards that you get from Sleep Research. Sleep Research meaning the Pokemon that show up and provide Dream Shards. So Dream Shards that get converted 1-for-1 from extra research EXP will not be doubled if you use the Luck Incense. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on future videos.